Hello and welcome to Marketing Edge on TV, Nigeria's leading initiative in the business of brand management and the management of brand business. It is a 30-minute potpourri of activities where we serve you brand news, brand in focus, industry conversation, all aimed at improving the brand idea. My name is Dele Agadumo.
The Nigerian marketing and advertising industry, no doubt, offer a huge potential for prospective investors and professionals with requisite skills and competencies to tap into the market. Marketing Edge on TV is a potpourri of happenings and developments in the integrated marketing and communication space of the Nigerian economy. Watch out for top players, gladiators, and professionals in the competitive business of brand management and management of brand business in Nigeria. From the cerebral and glamorous advertising professionals to the well-groomed marketing whiz-kid dictating and directing brand management business. Watch Marketing Edge on TV, only on TVC News.
You're welcome to Brand News on Marketing Edge on TV. In movements and appointments, change of guard at Dentsu Aegis Potoscope, Nigeria. Yetunde Adegbite, former Chief Marketing Officer of Serengeti, Promo World and Optimum Exposures, an agency under the Troika Group, has been appointed by the Emeka Okeke-led Media Fuse Dentsu Aegis Network to head Potoscope following the exit of his former helmsman, Dan Oshodi. And next one, Coca-Cola in talks over cannabis-infused drinks. And Coca-Cola is best known for his eponymous caffeine-based drink, but the firm now appears to be experimenting with a different drug, cannabis. According to reports, the drink giant is in talks with local producer Aurora Cannabis about developing marijuana-infused beverages, and this would not aim to intoxicate but to relieve pains. And next one, foreign airlines rake in 288 billion naira from Nigerian market in H1. And foreign airlines operating in Nigeria have sold tickets worth $800 million, about 288 billion naira, in the first half of 2018 due to increase in their flight capacity. And this was disclosed by Mr. Bankole Bernard, President of the National Association of Nigerian Travel Agents. The figure, which was released by the International Air Transport Association, IATA, shows a great improvement from 2017, when the airlines recorded a total of 503 billion naira, out of which about 259 billion naira was realized in the first half of the year under review. And Roosevelt Advertising may bounce back, and the advertising company, a one-time leading traditional creative agency in Nigeria, whose shutdown last year sent shock waves around the industry, could be making a comeback soon. And this was made known to Marketing Edge on TV by the group CEO of the Roosevelt Group, Ayo Oluwatosin, recently in Lagos. Oluwatosin disclosed that the owners of the defunct agency are already making plans to revive Roosevelt, but did not say when. And that's it on Brand News on Marketing Edge on TV.
The Nigerian marketing and advertising industry, no doubt, offer a huge potential for prospective investors and professionals with requisite skills and competencies to tap into the market. Marketing Edge on TV is a potpourri of happenings and developments in the integrated marketing and communication space of the Nigerian economy. Watch out for top players, gladiators, and professionals in the competitive business of brand management and management of brand business in Nigeria. From the cerebral and glamorous advertising professionals to the well-groomed marketing whiz-kid dictating and directing brand management business.
Watch Marketing Edge on TV, only on TVC News.
After years of rigors and uncertainties, Cadbury Nigeria PLC came out of the woods with the Bonvita brand and commenced marketing communication activities to reconnect with its customers. In the last few years, Cadbury has embarked on several marketing activities to improve the equity of the Bonvita brand and reclaim its lost grounds in market share. In October 2015, the company unveiled a new manufacturing plant built to boost production of its famous Bonvita at a cost of 10 billion naira. Some month after, April 2016 to be precise, the company relaunched its flagship brand, Bonvita, in a redesigned package. The owners of the brand were also clear on the motives behind the action. They wanted their numerous customers and all Nigerians to know that their Bonvita brand is alive, exciting, and always improving. That summed up what was left of the brand after years of company crisis that crippled what had grown to become a national brand. As part of its rebranding, the company said innovation has been a major tool in the company's toolkit and it will henceforth drive its market initiatives. So it did. The company unveiled the world's largest inflatable jar, but analysts still couldn't fathom how that initiative connects with customers in such a tight economic situation. From Marketing Edge on TV's market research at malls and retail outlets in Ojeikhia, Lagos, the marketing effort of Bonvita brand owners seem to be yielding some results. The brand has become more visible in different packs and sizes. Due to the economic constraints of consumers, some of the retailers said sachet packs of the brand is gaining more patronage. From indications, the giant is waking up from a slumber. The journey to the top will be tedious, but with a popular brand name and continuous marketing activities, Bonvita can still regain its lost share in the Nigerian beverage market. And that's it on Brand Focus on Marketing Edge on TV.
The Nigerian marketing and advertising industry no doubt offer a huge potential for prospective investors and professionals with requisite skills and competencies to tap into the market. Marketing Edge on TV is a potpourri of happenings and developments in the integrated marketing and communication space of the Nigerian economy. Watch out for top players, gladiators, and professionals in the competitive business of brand management and management of brand business in Nigeria. From the cerebral and glamorous advertising professionals to the well-groomed marketing wizkid dictating and directing brand management business.
Watch Marketing Edge on TV, only on TVC News.
Welcome back. And this is the industry conversation segment on Marketing Edge on TV. Today we'll be talking about experiential marketing. And here to discuss with me are Otis Ojeikhia. He is the MD, Brand Optimal Limited. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
And to my right, I have Tolulope Medebem. She is the CEO, MD of Events Plus. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Okay, before we go on, I know that we have a lot of questions, but first, let us try to define what experiential marketing is. For those who are new to it and who do not understand it, let's try to define what experiential marketing. What is it to you?
Okay, essentially, like we said earlier when we started, pretty much when I speak to people, I say to them that experiential marketing pretty much is creating experiences for the consumers. You have advertising, which is essentially trying to sell to them. But with experiential marketing, what you have is an opportunity for them to actually interact with a particular brand, an opportunity for them to actually connect. Because I've realized over years doing this is that what you find is that once you give a consumer a good experience with a brand, you actually find, it's not for nothing that you have some luxury cars now. When you want to buy them, they actually give you an opportunity to test drive.
Yes.
In some countries, when you want to buy a car, they actually allow you to take the car away for a couple of days so that you experience how it feels.
Okay, now, Tolu, before now, experiential marketing was not that popular in the promotion of the brand idea. What has changed between then and now? What has changed?
I don't know why Otis and I had that conversation when we sat down out there. And I think one of the things was it was there.
Okay.
It was actually there. Most times, even with advertising, when early days, it was there.
It wasn't popular.
But it wasn't popular. And then, again, using what you have said now, when you've done something, you want to sell. At the end of the day, how do these people buy them? So, okay, I've done all the advertising, they've seen it. How many times did they see it? How many times did it connect with them? So I think over time, I want to believe that over time, with the little incursion of experiential marketing into advertising, consumers, clients alike started to see and, okay, this activity I had, it actually kind of like had an impact. Because I think early days, one of the things we actually had a problem doing was measuring the impact we had. But over time, I think we've got to the point where we actually can say confidently to the clients that check your marketing, check your sales, pre the activity we had and post the activity, and subsequently even post the activity and do your comparisons. You'll find out that there has been some level of peak. At the beginning, it might be slight, but over time, as you're doing more, as you continue to get ingrained into their psyche, you actually find out that you are doing better in terms of that particular product. Most times, yes, sometimes they don't want to relate it to that activity. But then sometimes you actually do ask people, what was the trigger? Why did you start using? I do that sometimes. Sometimes I go, I mean, it's the job. You find out you are living it, you are breathing it. So sometimes I see people buying something that probably I was involved in. I kind of like move to the person in store. And I'm like, sorry, why do you use this particular product? And then you get into a conversation with people and things like that. More often than not, you find out that it's actually because of something they've actually experienced. And then by the time they actually experience that in store or an activity or an event, whether or not you like it, it then connects them to that advertising. So more often than not, I say advertising is something that you see fleeting. When you now add the element of experiential, because that's why it's IMC, is integrated. We're all integrated. So you've done the advertising, then you actually have a level of experience. When the person experiences it, the next time he or she sees the advertising, there's a connect. So that's for me. And over time, it's grown. And I think we agreed that it's growing. And it's growing. And hopefully it's getting better. Because I think clients as well are realizing there's recently there was a product that was launched recently. And my first intro to the product was the launch event that actually happened. Then all of a sudden, I started to hear it on radio. I don't know if you got what I just said now.
Yes.
I mean, I wasn't aware of the product, but for some reason, I saw the launch. And it was there at the back of my mind that, they launched, nice, and all of that. And it was something that was related to children. Then I heard the radio commercial, and there was that link. And it was like, okay, fine. Those kind of things. That's pretty much, I think, so it's growing and it's getting better.
Okay, Otis, aside from the feedback and the fact that you have consumers who have experienced some of these products, what else would you say is the reason why brand owners, place a lot of premium on experiential marketing?
Okay, you are very correct. Globally, there is the right sizing of the client's budget, and you see many more clients are putting their budgets more behind experiential marketing, and than they will, normally do on traditional media. The reason is, like we've been saying, they are seeing the result. It is a lot easier to demonstrate return on investment, with experiential marketing than in some other forms of marketing or advertising. And again, it is because not every item on the marketing mix is able to do everything. So experiential marketing, in the way it's been conceptualized and designed, is to provide engagement, for the brand with the consumer. And as much as possible, many brand managers want to see consumers interacting almost endlessly with their brand, because that interaction breeds that opportunity for interrogation. Like the traditional media, you don't have that opportunity to ask. Interrogate the brand. So with experiential marketing, consumers are able to interrogate, and brand managers want that time. They want, consumers to spend more time with their brand. Because the more time they spend with their brands, the more they understand, and the more they are, the more the likelihood that they are going to purchase it, and of course repurchase. Additionally, experiential marketing also helps the brand manager to gather data, gather information, about the consumer. so that if they are going to put anything back into the brand, they understand what the consumer perception is or what the consumer wants, that they can plow back into the development or improvement of the brand.
Okay.
So it does a lot of stuff. It's able to sell, it's able to generate sales leads, it's able to generate data, it's able to provide that ongoing, consumer engagement. And if you have experienced it, you always continue to remember it. So that is why, brand managers, want to put their money more behind experiential marketing, because it just gives that continuous engagement, between the consumer and their brand. And that is what they're looking for.
Okay. All right, then it's still Marketing Edge on TV, and we are still discussing experiential marketing. And I still have my guests with me, Otis and Tolulope. Okay, now, how else, aside from the feedback, how else do we measure the outcome of the major brand building efforts in experiential marketing? Now, we've talked about the feedback, we've talked about interaction with the brands. How else do we measure that outcome of the branding of the projects or of the branding of certain products?
You see, when researchers go into the field, one of the indices they look for to measure the performance of a brand is brand recall.
Okay.
So how many people are able to recall my brand by name and by what it does?
Okay.
So for the fact that experiential marketing gives the consumer the opportunity to spend more time together, the ability to record that brand is significantly improved.
Okay.
So brand recall is also, one of those measurements for, to measure the performance of experiential marketing.
Okay.
Whereas the reach might be smaller than the traditional advertising, but the impact is a lot deeper. So we say it strikes an inch wide by a mile deep. So recall is one of those things. Then of course brand love. This person can recall my brand. Does he love my brand? Because again you understand the brand and you see that it actually tallies with your expectations and meets your needs and is working for you. You are very happy to recommend it to somebody else.
To use
and to recommend.
Yes.
And you cannot recommend what you don't like, what you don't love. So also
or what you have tried out.
What you have tried out. So the two most powerful indices for measuring a brand performance, brand love, brand recall, are one of those things that experiential marketing will not just ensure in the interim, but will sustain on the long run. So that's also one of the measurements.
And then at the end, obviously, it leads to sales, which is...
So at the end of the day, it leads back to sales, which the brand manager or the brand owner or the manufacturer is after.
So, Tolu, what do you think the future holds for experiential marketing in the digital age? And of course, the emergence of online retailing and shops. What do you think the future
It's actually
holds?
a very, very symbiotic synergy.
They work
together because part of us also now today being able to also check out our indices is just because of the era of digital. Because one of the things that works for us, one of the things that works most times, most activities now, most experiential activities have to be tied to the social media.
Yes.
Because now you're having an activity, you can have a Facebook Live, you're having an activity, you are doing Instagram feeds. I mean, imagine now, even weddings, everybody has a hashtag.
Oh, yes.
And the hashtags, the idea behind that is years after you, just go and check hashtag me, whatever your hashtag was, it's still there. I mean, they say internet never forgets.
Yes.
So hashtag whatever. The only thing is whatever the hashtag, make it simple, memorable, and interesting, and everybody is onto it. So you're doing events, you're hashtagging that, you have Facebook Live and all of that. So it's actually, for me, it's a major marriage.
Yes.
And it's a marriage that can only pretend good and greatness for experiential marketing. What we need to do is actually latch onto it and hold on to it very tightly. Because, like I said, it's one of the ways for us in my office, is one of the ways we also measure. The Google Analytics helps us a lot. How many likes, how many people have checked on this, how many people, how many mentions, how many interactions, and all of that. So I think it's actually great.
Yeah.
It's a marriage of good friends and becoming greater friends. And I think that it's done well, and it's doing well for experiential marketing. Yeah.
Let me just add a point to what she has said. Even in the execution of experiential events or activities or activations, we also use new media or digital media to enhance the consumer experience.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm sure you probably have heard about augmented reality. Bringing things to life like in an event as if it's real. Or
using VR.
Or VR.
Yeah.
Virtual reality.
Virtual reality.
So we use technology, digital technology to also enhance the consumer experience in live experiential events or activities.
Okay.
So Tolu talked about leveraging. We actually also bring it to life in the execution of experiential activities. So whereas in the leveraging aspect, they are both equally growing, almost at the same pace.
Okay.
But in execution, they depend on each other.
They depend on each other. It's a symbiotic relationship.
They depend on each other. You could say, okay, fine. For example, so what is the future of experiential marketing where maybe online retail is booming, is growing? You don't forget, it's live versus offline and online.
And online, yes.
If you are selling online, you also need to provide, consumer and experience centers or stations for people to.
Because now you notice pop-up shops.
Pop-up shops.
So you have an online shop, but what you find out is, yes, I can do my shopping online and all of that, but you also find out that there are some people that actually want the brick and mortar.
Absolutely.
So because of that, based on what you've gotten insight from them, the pop-up shops happen.
Yeah.
It might be once a year, it might be twice in a year, it might be a group of online stores coming together to do the pop-up thing, but you find out that experience, you actually still need to do that experience for them to still get a feel of that thing that has happened online. They actually see it.
Yeah. The mobile device manufacturers use that a lot. They provide demo centers.
Yes.
But they don't actually sell from them. So yours is just to come in and
experience the brand.
Then you can go order online or go to a dealer to buy. So you actually work together.
Thank you so much, Otis, for coming, and thank you to Tolulope.
Thank you very much.
And it is still Marketing Edge on TV, and this has been the industry conversation segment. I've been talking about experiential marketing. I want to say a big thank you to Otis Ojeikhia. He is the MD of Brands Optimal Limited, and of course I have Tolulope Medebem. She is the MD CEO of Event Plus. Thank you so much for coming again. All right, that has been our industry conversation for this week. Stay with us. And that has been our package this week on Marketing Edge on TV. Be sure to join us again next week when we'll serve you more in brand news, branding focus, industry conversation on Marketing Edge on TV. I am Dele Agadumo.